Hear ye, come one, come all. The baddest of them all is back on the microphone. Not bad as in hot, bad as in she's kind of like you know, like a bad kid when you're like, wow, that kid is bad. Yeah, that's the baddest of them all. That is I. 'Tis I. Huzzah. Let us rejoice. Before I leave again in 2 days. Hi, I'm back for a whopping 2 days, as I said. I did plan on going live yesterday. I truly did. However, it also might still happen. My voice is a little, it comes and goes, okay? I did not get sick, thankfully, because I have a protocol, okay? Thank you for Vibrant Pixel. I know someone else subscribed. Hold on. We got a couple. Hold on. Vibrant Pencil, you won the Swell Grand Prix with the Prime boost. Thank you for subscribing. Matt, you resubscribed with Prime. Thank you for subscribing. You won the Swell Grand Prix with the Prime boost. That guy Omen, you won the Swell Grand Prix with the Prime boost. Wait, no, just a Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for subscribing. Wah, 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 wah. Thank you for subscribing. I yelled a lot and I talked a lot this whole weekend since Wednesday. So my voice was wonky, okay? She was a little, little wonka wonk. And so that impacted a few things, okay? I also was supposed to fly home. I was supposed to be home at like 8:30 a.m. yesterday, okay? I flew back yesterday from San Francisco. It's like an hour and 20-minute flight, okay? San Francisco to LA. It's perfect. It's not bad at all. Problem is that I woke up at 4:30 a.m. for my flight, okay? Get to the airport, get a snack, get a drink, okay? Had gotten upgrade to first class, very nice, okay? So I park it, okay? I park my little ass in my seat, and I'm not gonna lie. They were like, do you want a drink? And I said, another water would be lovely. I got that other water, I prepared for takeoff, and I passed out. I wake up about an hour and 20 minutes later, and I realize we have not left San Francisco. I was supposed to be home by then. Shockingly, okay, what had happened is there was a delay where it was just like there's one takeoff landing strip, whatever. Oh my god. The runway. I got there. The runway. There's only one at SFO, okay? So it's like a major airport, but there's one. It's why there's only so many flights in and out of San Francisco, okay? It's why some places a lot of people needed, layovers and stuff. So I felt bad because a lot of people on my flight had layovers and connecting flights. And so they were missing their flights. So then they're like, hey, I wake up when they're like, okay, guys, we're fourth for the runway. We are then next on the runway. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. Like, whatever. We're about to take off. Air traffic control. Hey, guys. We just got told there is a total ground stoppage at LAX. And we are out of our window to take off now. So we have to go back and refuel, and then we will figure out what we're doing once we figure out the ground stoppage. Eventually they told us the ground stoppage was not for any safety concerns or anything like that. What it was staffing. They did not have enough staff on site, I believe, for air traffic control to deal with the amount of planes that was coming in. I don't know for certain. They told us 45 minutes. Shockingly, 45 minutes was the correct estimate, okay? A lot of people got off my flight because a lot of them had already missed their connection, okay? They were like, I'm just gonna go home. I'll book another flight later, okay? I felt so bad for this one girl. She was crying because she was supposed to be meeting her family in Tokyo. So like she was gonna miss her connection in LA and then trying to get to Haneda. So she was just like so upset because like her bag is under the plane. She has to get off the plane to get to her family. They'll ship her luggage, but it's like, you know, it's messy. So I felt she ended up getting off the plane. Quite a few people did. And like, it's not my problem to blow up someone's spot, but some of the people that got off were in first class And they told this guy, no, you can't just move up into first class because there's like an order. They didn't move anyone else up. So then he went and sat in that seat across from me. Not my job to snitch. It was going to be my job to snitch because he wouldn't stop fucking looking at me, okay? Sorry, dude, stop. You're being creepy and weird, okay? Yes, Amanda. Someone was staring at you? Yeah, it was weird, okay? Leave me alone. Let me scroll on my TikToks in peace because I'm annoyed I'm not home yet, okay? So alas, made it home. It was like 11-ish when I got home, which is again, all things considered, could have been way worse. I literally was like, God, how I asked Sparkly to look up how much it would be, like if there were any airlines at any rental car companies at SFO that would allow for a one-way rental. So like I take the rental and drive it down and drop it off at LAX and then take an Uber from there. Thank you for following. It would have taken, oh my God. It would have taken 5 or 6 hours, but I didn't want to, my concern, because I was worried they were going to keep delaying the flights and not let us go. Because like no flights getting into LAX means no flights getting into LAX, you know? And so I was like, worst case, I need to get home to Hermes. Like I only have so much time back home. So work in progress. Work in progress, so. Oh yeah, guys, the key to free upgrades regularly is loyalty. Pick an airline that you like and fly with them religiously, okay? You have to have status at an airline, okay? That's the easiest way to get an upgrade, okay? We book me economy. At the very least, I get bumped up to comfort, okay? Typically, all right? It happens a lot because I fly a lot. Yeah, made it home. It was fine. I got Hermes. I got him late, you know. And I felt so bad because so you guys, for those you don't know, I get a paycheck. My S Corp pays me. My S Corp as in myself, okay? And so I get paid twice a month. I get a bi-monthly paycheck, okay? My paycheck came in on the 15th. I dropped Hermes off on the 13th or the 14th. I don't quite remember. But I asked them for boarding. I was like, hey, I normally pay up front. Is there any way I can pay when I pick up just because the check's not coming through yet? And I could have paid it at the time, but I told them, I was like, it's just, I would have to split it between multiple like sources. And it's like, it would just be, it's totally cool if not, but if possible. And he was like, yeah, you usually don't let them, let me ask manager's name here. Manager adores me. Manager adores Hermes. Okay. Yeah, of course it's cool. No problem. So I felt bad with the delayed flight because I was like, they're already doing me a favor by letting me, why am I glitching? Am I dropping frames? Why am I dropping frames? No, you're not? Okay. Did I say a different, I said S Corp. Did I say something else? It gave me like a pop-up saying that my video quality is too high, and I was like, since when? That was weird. I glitched for a second. I was like, that looks wonky. But no, I just felt bad because it's like they're doing me a favor by letting me not pay up front so I could pay when I pick him up. And then now he's there longer than like the early pickup time. So I just felt bad. They don't mind. It's fine. They get the extra late pickup fee from me regardless, so it doesn't matter. But it's still, I felt bad. Also, I fixed my nails today. I took, after the video went live, I was like, I'm gonna go get my nails fixed because it's been a month and they looked scary and sad. And this guy, new guy unlocked. I will be going to this guy again, okay? You know you're getting a good manicure. Okay, this is gel. You know you're getting a good gel manicure when as he's filing, he takes your hand and goes like this. And then goes back to filing. That's how you know you're getting a good shit done, okay? He's not speed running that. He's making sure it looks good, okay? That's how you know you got a good nail artist in front of you, okay? So I was prepared for 65 because I'm in LA. They were like 45. And they look, I also had gel on, so I'm assuming that's also the gel removal because usually if you're getting gel from another place and you're going in, they charge for gel removal. So I think that was with the gel price. And then I tipped because I was prepared for 65. And they were like, oh, 45. I was like, I know, that's tip. Oh, thank you, you know. So but the place before, I mean, for my, again, that was just a manicure. I did a manicure pedicure last time I went, and that was the place where they called and charged me, so I went somewhere else this time. So we'll see. Oh, very fun, Alana. That's lovely. Oh, S Corp and someone thought escort. Gotcha. The one chatter who kept saying escort. Yes, my escort. My escort pays me. I'm secretly a madam. Yes. I just feel like if there was like, oh my god, I can't believe Amanda was doing that. I feel like it would be like running an underground fight ring, you know? Like secretly a white collar criminal, you know? I don't think being a madam is in that. I don't think that's the thing you would guess. Not for me, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there's creators that, like, you're like, that tracks. For me, I don't think it would be, like, you know, adults work related, you know? I feel like it's just crime, you know? Fraud. Jewel heistery, you know? Hey, you get hookah. Gel removal is charged. Yeah, it depends where you go. It also depends on LA. Sometimes they charge me, sometimes they don't. Because the gel has to get taken off regardless to get like a flat gel versus like a fill or whatever. So, alas. We got, what else was I gonna do? Okay, so Streamer University was this past weekend. I almost want to set up something that I can use that's like another button that zooms my camera in, like another camera angle for emphasis, like in my videos. Because like, do you know how good that would have been if I had a button that just immediately zoomed in on my face? Like, that would have hit so good. You know what I'm saying? Then we have, oh gosh, I'm in a dress, so I'm trying not to flash y'all. It's a long dress, but there's a slit in it. So, I also threw a sweater on for that very reason because I don't trust y'all. Scene sources. Ugh, so much work. So much work. No, I was just like, why was everyone mean? You know? Why was everyone so mean? I can set up vertical streaming now on Twitch. It gave me the pop-up. I don't know how to do that. Oh, I'd have to do it in my OBS? Okay, that's a later problem. I'm not doing that right now. I'll do that later. Okay, that's a later problem. Is a little funky? Okay. I mean, I'm fine with setting it up because it makes sense. But, like, I'm not going to do this right this second, obviously. Sorry, my leg is like furry. I've been wearing jeans. But yeah, so many of the clips, I was like, they would hit my feed. I wasn't watching anyone's streams, but the clips would hit my feed. Why are so many of these people just like mean? Like again, is this just a state of being a streamer where everyone's just kind of a fucking asshole? Like, God, I was talking with Anarchy about it today, and I was like, God, I'm glad I didn't get accepted, because for those who don't know, I did apply at the request of my friends, because they wanted me to review it. I'm glad I didn't get accepted, because I would have been hiding it with the puzzle lady. I would have been like, girl, can I hang with you and build puzzles? I'm scared. And like, I do well in chaos, but it was like, they were throwing hot sauce in each other's face and shit. I haven't had to do that since I ended up having 2 brothers at one point because my mom was dating someone with a son, and they would like prank me and shit in the 8-hour car ride back from Havasu. I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. I'm a grown adult woman, you know? And so to see this shit and they're like, yeah, this is a funny clip to be blasting a girl in the face with hot sauce. One kid had to go to the hospital because they doused him in hot sauce and he had some insane reaction to the heat of the hot. Why the fuck? You're decimating that campus. That was like a real school campus, I think. It was just fucking weird how they were like, everyone was being fucking mean. Half the clips I saw, these girls don't fucking like each other. They're all fucking weird. What was happening? It was very weird. Like the amount of dudes that went, yes, I applied. I did a video on it. I did a video on Streamer University. My friends were like, they were pissed at me last year for not applying because they wanted me to go. Again, you guys, I try things so you don't have to. Of course, my friends that are streamer friends that didn't want to apply for Streamer U wanted me to apply for Streamer University. Of course. Okay. So I applied, and literally I applied while I was on the JoJo Siwa cruise. And my video, I literally was like, hi, I'm a YouTuber. Yes, I stream. You don't have to watch this whole thing though. I'm really just applying because my friends want me to. Hi, you know. So again, I like gave my credentials. I gave a rundown, but like it was filmed on my, you know, photo booth in my Mac. You know, like it wasn't anything crazy. Okay. Alas, all the good speed is done in recent months. I don't understand why they're allowing minors. Like truly, I'm truly shocked. Rakai, wardrobe was funny, but like, is he not 17? I don't know which state they were in. So like, I know certain states do allow 17 as like, I hate calling it the age of consent, but like, you get my point. You know, like they certain like 17 is the age in some states. And they were in Arkansas. Okay. I don't know. I think 21 and up, if we're, with the shit they were doing, I think that makes fucking sense. Sorry, you know. The amount of quote, okay, again, I hate this word, but the amount of quote cracking that I have been made privy to that was happening at Streamer U. Why are we allowing teenagers there? Okay? This is crazy. It's crazy, okay? I only watched Ludwig's classes. Ludwig was dropping gems. I've barely seen anything of Valkyrie's classes, but I have heard that she was dropping some good information. I saw some clips of Cinna's and how she was communicating with people and stuff, which I liked. And there were people that were like really taking it seriously and really locked in. The vibes were just really fucking weird. Like I remember seeing clips last year and I was just like, God, what's happening? This year I was just like, oh, Mr. Keem, I think that's the name goes by. I liked seeing the clips of him helping everyone with their setups and stuff. That was fun. Just a fucking crazy fight. The girl that pulled, I don't even like Lacey, fuck Lacey. But like, he had ACL surgery, I guess, and was in a wheelchair. They kept fucking with him with the wheelchair, which is just weirdo behavior. What's wrong with y'all? And they took his wheelchair at one point. He's on the ground and some girl starts pulling on his leg as he's wailing at her, ow, stop, stop, stop. Then she confronts him later for not stopping his audience from hate mogging her or whatever the fuck she said. It's like, well, you can get them to stop. Girl, did you ever apologize and ask him if his leg is okay? Also, side note, let's say I don't care who it was. Why are we touching people? Why are we putting our hands on, I don't care if he had surgery or not. Why are we pulling someone's leg when they're on the floor? We're adults. What's happening? What's going on? You know? Cracking is sex. It's a term I hate, but it's the term I've been hearing, okay? Yeah, crack my back like a glow stick. Saying it like that, God. There was shenanigans afoot, okay? It's not even like that. Like, ACL tears are no fucking joke. And again, whether he was injured or not, why are we pulling on someone's what are we doing? Why are we dumping hot sauce on people? Not enough people got their shit rocked. I'm sorry. What was happening? The amount of shit, that was like a 16-year-old, the one that had to go to the hospital. One girl got injured in the prank wars. There's sauce all over the place. The amount of things that I heard of them being shitty to the cafeteria workers, okay? Or just leaving their shit all over the place. You've got someone making food for you. All you have to do is take your tray and put it on a conveyor belt. That's it. And you're just leaving the shit on the everyone's being a shithead. What's going on? What's going on? It was so weird. Everyone was so mean to each other. Like, Jesus. God. I watched one thing where it was Jason Lewine, I think it was. And I don't know who the girl was, but he was walking with Kai and he had a belt with him, like literally holding a belt. Like a belt for your waist. Girl runs up and throws water on Jason. It gets on Kai. Jason's like, punish her or I will. Crazy, okay? Then Kai chases after her. Jason chases after her. She's like, oh, I didn't mean to get you, Dean, or whatever, because Kai's the Dean. And again, it's like the amount of throwing water in each other's faces. She dumps water on him. He dumps more water on her. There's a lot of back and forth. Jason gets backed against the wall at one point by Kai, and he's like, do something about it or I will. Do something. Punish her or I will. Again, holding the belt. What? Okay? And then there's this other guy whose name I don't know, but every clip I've seen, he's putting his hands on someone. He goes like this to Jason. So then Jason steps up to him. I don't know these people, okay? Jason, you couldn't handle that. That clip, I was like, oh, as soon as I saw him step forward, I was like, I'm about to watch Jason get his shit rocked. Like that, Jesus. So they start going at it, literally. Guy's just like this against the bed. There's girls in the doorway filming. They're throwing each other around the room. Then the guy that smacked Jason books it out of the room. And Kai's like, this isn't you, man. What's going on? Jason. Like the whole thing, I was just like, Jesus fuck, what's happening? See, Ultimate Foe, you answered your own fucking question. The fact that this is called entertaining is astonishing. Someone else comments, then Ultimate Foe. But I can't lie, it was fun to watch. You answered your own question. You're part of the problem. You're watching the shit, therefore, it's gonna keep happening. You answered, I don't know why this is called entertaining, but it was fun to watch. You answered your own question. You fell for it, okay? The dude who spit on the ground at Sin and Ray. Yeah, I think it was Ray who said that a lot of the smaller streamers were like seemingly really determined to like take the bigger streamers down a peg, which again, I do think that's such a microcosm of how Twitch works. Streaming is, you can be a YouTuber and never collab with anyone. You totally can, okay? Hell, you can be a TikToker and never collab with anyone. Twitch is one of those platforms, discoverability from zero is not, it's not impossible, but it's hard. The easiest way to do it, the amount of my friends that are bigger streamers and they're like, why don't we do collabs so you can grow? And I'm like, that feels shitty, so I don't like doing that. So I'll keep my just under 70 viewers, you know, like I'm fine with that. I'm chill with that, okay? But like that mentality of I need to collaborate with big people to grow. I need an opportunity like Streamer University to put me on this stage to grow. There's a lot of like even subconscious animosity that I think builds up out of that. And also I do think there's a lot of fucking people that look at popular streamers and popular creators and they're like, why the fuck are they like that? I'm better than that. Therefore, they get into an environment like Streamer U, and either the streamers are not willing to be all like, yeah, let's be buddy-buddy because they don't know you, okay? Or they're just going about doing themselves, they're being themselves, and you take that as oh, they're making fun of me, how dare you, let me take them down a peg, I can steal their fame, I can be the famous one because I'm gonna be bigger than them because I'm better than them. And I don't know if that's a lot of what was happening here, but overall, the vibes, rancid. It was very weird. I would have been hiding in the library. I would have been hiding. I would have been helping be like, oh, do you want to talk about puzzles? She was the only one vibing. Puzzle lady was having a good old time. I did not like how people were clip farming her. I was not like, they would just come in and say hi. and then leave so they could be like, streamers coming to say hi to I Love Puzzles, you know? She was having a good old time, you know, doing her little puzzle. And her puzzle was beautiful. I really liked the color scheme on that puzzle. The like, I think it was like a silhouette look with like a sunset gradient. That was fun. The president of Hendrix College went on record and basically said this happens all the time, just not on stream. I'll do it again. For the college they were at. Yeah, there were some people that said this is the college experience. And I don't know, I don't think the college experience is this fucking documented like this. I think that's part of the problem here. Like, you do wild shit in college because you're partying and you're away from your parents for the first time and you got your first taste of freedom and someone has an alcohol and weed plug. You know, like that's why college is the way that it is. These people were doing this shit for, not for the sake of life experience or for the sake of fucking around and having fun with their friends and like trying to figure out who they are. These were people doing it for the sake of clout, you know? And so I think it's a diametrically opposed experiences, but they're in the same location. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think these are drastically different things. Didn't they give her AI art puzzles? It kind of looked like it was AI art puzzles. So they didn't let her use it? Did they not let her use her own puzzles? I just like the gradient. I love puzzles. I just love puzzles. It's a good screen name.
Puzzles are the background
Let's see. So here's 109,000. Wow. Is it AI? I don't think it's AI. It looks like it could be like a couple of different things edited because it's like a bunch of different, it's like geometric. Let's see. It doesn't, I don't think it's AI generated. There's another puzzle off to the side that might be. She had the box. I don't know. But yeah. The camps they hold from time to time? Okay. I don't know. The idea of Streamer University causing an international incident. Because, like, I saw the thing. He wants to have it in a European uni so they can open up the amount of people that can come and make it a little easier for people in other countries to come. God, we're going to get, like, a prime minister or a dignitary making a public statement on how unacceptable their constituent was treated at Streamer University. Like, if you don't think that's, I'm putting money on it now. I'll bet you $50, chat. I will gift 10 subs, okay? If this does not happen, okay? That's how confident I am. Next year for Streamer University, lock it in, clip it, okay? I will give 10 subs at the end of, if a week following Streamer University in 2027 does not, we don't have a single, like, politician, dignitary, prime minister, whatever, office of blank of another country making a statement saying that the way that their little mini celebrity was treated on the public stage of Stream University was not incredibly disrespectful, and in some capacity, I will gift, what is, did I say 10 subs? 10 subs to chat. Okay? The concept of Streamer University, I do think, is good. And I said this in my video about Streamer University. As a concept, I do think that this is something that we could be applauding. Kai is bringing in what is it, 100 plus streamers of all sizes to learn and grow and collaborate. Again, it's free to attend Streamer University, okay? They fly you out, they feed you, you're there for a weekend, okay? You get all this opportunity, okay? I just don't know how you fix it so that it's not, like, unless you're doing full background checks on these people, but even then, like, it's like reality TV show screening. You're gonna get a certain, unless you're doing, God, the only way I could think they could maybe get better assortment of people is if you have to have, like, at least, like, a subset of the number is submitted by friends, like people that know the streamer. Kind of like The Bachelor and Bachelorette, you can be nominated by a family. You can be nominated by friends and family. That's the only way I can think that they might get some better people. You could still game that. I can have my friend submit me 80,000 times, yes. But if my friend has to go on camera and talk about why I deserve an opportunity, you're gonna get a much more realistic view of that than me being like, I'm cool as shit. I want to be the next big streamer at Streamer University. You know what I'm saying? So I think that could be good, at least for like a subset of maybe the people they choose up, is getting people to submit for you, you know? Elder University, you have to be older than 27. God, was there a book club? Because I do think if I got in, I would have been like, guys, we're having book club. Everyone has to come in and read. We're reading on stream. There were forced to endure the antiques. Dude, there was a variety of streamers having issues. A lot of people left. There was the golden ticket streamer, apparently. He got his account hacked. So the guy that showed up, that got the opportunity, was not the actual golden ticket streamer, apparently. And so he left early because he realized, apparently, that people were figuring it out. I don't know how real that was, but he left. And there was like, everyone being like, oh my God, why did he leave? Why did he leave? And people were like, yeah, because it wasn't fucking him. I also think they need to make it required to attend at least 2 classes a day. Because then I think you would at least get people going to some of the classes more, you know? Because some people never went to the classes. The way some like Ludwig talked about how his cameraman, I believe, was walking around with a streaming backpack, and one of the streamers came up and talked. He didn't say who it was, but it was a streamer, okay? And they were talking, and then his camera guy was like, oh, I'm not a streamer, by the way. So then the streamer walked away and stopped talking with him because it wasn't streaming. Like shit like that. Like there was just like weird shit, you know? Tell me why saying fuck the dean was encouraged. Again, there was certain shit, as soon as I think there needs to be hey, as soon as you physically lay your hands on someone, immediate ban. Immediate kick out. Because there were way too many people that were just fucking around and touching other people. It was out of fucking line. It's crazy to me too with the dehumanize the camera guy thing, because the thing is Kai, when he's streaming normally, which he has not been streaming for a while, okay? He doesn't do IRL streaming all that much. He really doesn't. Kai streams at home for the most part. He does what this is, you know? So the whole, like, let's not bring attention to the cameraman thing is so random, because, like, that's not a thing that he does. Putting your hands, touching Don't touch other humans. Grabbing someone's leg and pulling it. Shoving someone out of the way. Shoving someone at all. Why are we touching people? Why was there full-on water fights and sauce fights multiple times? The fuck are we doing? I literally was watching this and I was like, thank fuck I don't have roommates. Thank God I never took up any of the opportunities I had to join a content house. Thank fuck God. Everyone else just likes to act like the cameraman is a non-human entity. They should have a commencement for the best students at the end and surprise them with a cash prize and raids. But you gotta go to class for perfect attendance awards or whatever. I just, again, physically, like the fact that, so again, the whole, again, I'm not a Lacey fan, okay? But taking his wheelchair when he's had surgery is fucking weird. What are we doing? You know? And then he's on the ground. That girl walks up and just grabs his foot and starts pulling on his leg. What? And then, I'm sorry, she had the audacity to go up and not ask if his leg is okay. How is he doing? Can you tell your audience to stop being mean to me? What? Excuse me? Sorry? If the roles were reversed, I'd be telling Lacey the same shit. Why are we touching people? What are we doing? He's in a wheelchair, it doesn't fucking matter. What are we doing? What are we doing? He has an ACL injury. What are we doing? Why are we arguing semantics? Why are we touching people? Jesus. Like, this is stupid. This is insane. Everyone's lost their minds. There's just so many little things like that. The sauce, shoving hot sauce at people in their face is insane. You know, it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why is everyone crazy? That fight was crazy. And I get it. One of them was Jason. I still don't know who the other dude was. Oh, that OJ guy that went up to Playboy Max and was like calling him a demon and stuff and was like being homophobic and weird. That was fucking weird. You know, like they're just, everything was weird. Everyone was being weird. Ugh. He goes by OJAY, OJ. Let's see. This idea has, I fully thought, even Kai was like bothered with the results this year, with like how he was talking about it. You could tell he was bugged. OJ Simpson, and I was like, well, not the worst thing he didn't do. They got Lizzo there. Lizzo was there, which did they explain why she was there? Did she want to be there? She didn't seem to want to be there all that much. I was very confused. And then she brought her friend there to, like, when you're walking in at orientation, and she was like, this is my friend. She's here with me. She just started streaming. And I don't know if they thought that her friend was going to be allowed to stream. Kai was like, oh yeah, she can't stream, by the way. It's like the camera people can't stream themselves, you know. Some people's camera, I think only one person camera, I saw one video, someone's cameraman quit and left. Because the way that some people were getting some of their friends in that were smaller streamers was to have them be the cameraman, basically. I'm not mad at it. Hi, Nith. Let's see. Some people are putting up. Da-da-da. Let's see. Let's see. Do. Sean asked, now that Streamer University is over, will I be jumped for asking why a 14-year-old kid was there? I would like to know as well. Sorry, I'm seeing what this clip is. Why are you... Okay, I'm going to show you this clip because, again, this is what I'm talking about by why are we touching people? Again, why is a 14-year-old boy there? But still, I don't know if he's actually 14. He looks younger, but everyone to me is a baby, okay? So I'm going to show you this clip. You're about to watch a little confrontation, okay? Not wardrobe is 16. Yeah, 17. Again, yeah, this kid.
Motivated, y'all. You have an amazing support system. Shout out to Nigeria. He's Nigerian. Shout out to Africa. And what's your supporter's name? Bambi.
Who's in my bag?
Suburb babies.
Suburb babies. Shout out to the suburb babies. All right.
You can't, wait, why you
that's what I gotta say.
I don't know.
Because
it's my dumbass. How I do dumbass shit?
All the time.
That's exactly why your bag got took.
Okay, so where's that then? So where's that then?
That's
No,
exactly
he's
why
such a savage. My little brother.
Damn.
This is my little brother, y'all.
That's her little brother? Actually, or like fake?
Why are you touching me, bro?
Like, why are you even by the neck?
Why are you touching me? Why are you touching me? Alright, watch your back.
Wait, my stomach. Ow!
Stop touching me.
I'm here right now, nigga. What's up? Give my bag, bro. Give my bag, bro.
I got you.
Give my bag, gang. I'm not playing with you, bro. Give my bag, bro. Give my bag, bro. Give my bag, bro.
Yeah, see, so I think that's an immediate expulsion from Streamer U. No? No? That should be like, as soon as this shit happens and they have, it's, cause all this shit's on camera. It's not like we don't know, like it's on camera. Let's see. Again, I don't care if they're 17. I don't care. One of the suburb apparently made 100K from streaming in 3 days at Streamer University. The amount of people that also weren't streaming, like Sarah Safari, did she ever go live? She was in a lot of people's streams, but did she ever actually go live herself? Like, he made 100K in a couple of days. He's been doing YouTube on YouTube skits for 5 years, and he would average 42 viewers on stream. She won't stream again. Then why are we there? You know, like, that's just my whole thing. It's like, unless you're like truly like, yeah, I'm really trying to get back into streaming, you know? Who mentioned the cam to look away? Got MVP, by the way. That one? So the one who made 100K is the one that told the camera to look away? That one? Would you have gone if accepted? God, see, that's the thing. I did 2 events this weekend. I did Fanatics Fest and Open Sauce. So I would have had to drop out of both. And again, I wasn't speaking. So like the commitment was my commitment. I think I would have gone. Just because I'm so nosy, you know? God, I'm so nosy. I'm so nosy. I feel like I would have gone. And I would have made a hell of a content out of it. I would have been live the whole time. You guys, everyone who always asked me to get into IRL streaming, I probably would have done 24-hour lives the entire time. I would have just, the whole 72 hours I would have been live for, I'm sure. Let's see.
Look, Chad, the water is clean. You said tank is dirty.
Let's see. Okay, so apparently DUB or Dub, he tried to leave early. God, I'm just scrolling through all the posts. He posted a video of his roommate snoring. He's like, if I can't switch roommates, I'm leaving streamer you 100%. I can't take this. Basically is because you all got paired with roommates, and some roommates people left, some people like there was just a lot of issues. Let's see. Let's see. See, this is me. Yusuf 7N. He apparently was on the flight with Ludwig, a bunch of other stream university students, and the core boys, and no one was talking to each other. And he was talking about this on stream. Like, that's me after streaming. I'd be like, everyone ignored each other at the airport. I'm messy. I'm nosy. See, the clip farming thing is so annoying to me overall, because it's like, if you, I understand in the current era of streaming and the current era of the internet, clip farming is a thing that just happens. However, I think if you're truly a long-term streamer, like if you truly have longevity and you want longevity, clips just happen, you know? If you're funny, if you're one of those people that you can talk to anyone, if you can have those interactions, if you are curious by nature, if you want to experience things and show off and you actually love talking to the camera, things like that, clips just happen, okay, organically. And they're going to be way more impactful and have way more staying power than you just being a dickhead on purpose, you know? Would have been a liability. Oh, I love Open Sauce. I really do. It's my 3rd time going. I went in the first year, I went last year, and they invited me back again this year. I love Open Sauce. It really is such a fun con and such a fun event. And as someone that has so many different interests, like, I don't make content about every single thing that I'm interested in. You guys see a lot of it because I'm annoying, and I can just talk here and ramble, okay? But like, what other convention or event can I see an F1 car use a sandblaster to help uncover a fossil, recreate the Los Alamos Criticality Demon Core event. Okay. Get found guilty by an AI judge. Yes, that happened with a fake case. Play video games designed by 11-year-olds on giant controllers. Play a giant Game Boy Color. Do taser knife fighting. And hold lab-grown rubies, sapphires, just like in my hand. And then they show me what they've cut out of them from like laser parts. Like, that's open sauce, and that's really fun. Yeah, I love open sauce. It really is so fun. And someone that has so many different interests, even if I'm not a maker creator in any capacity, I just think it's so fun, you know? Gems of Science. Yeah, so basically, yeah, it was Gems of Science, and they had all the different bits. They were like showing like, yeah, this was made for these types of lasers, and this is the bit they need to break off afterwards, and we can take that and we can cut it into gems, and then it can be laid. It's cool. So I got their card because they had a couple of cool pieces that I was like, I wonder if I could source some stuff and then have it like inlaid in gold and get custom gem pieces, like Gems of Science pieces. I thought that'd be cool. Sounds so cool. One day I want to go. You got to go. It's very fun. What's funny is someone from Los Alamos, like that has worked in the Los Alamos labs, my friend has actually, they commented on, so I posted a video of the Demon Core like role play thing they did at one of the booths, and someone was like, where is this sincerely a Los Alamos scientist, which I thought was really funny. But someone commented, he died. Stanton died. It's horrible that you guys are laughing at this. So if I get canceled from doing a role play experiment of the Screwdriver Demon Core Criticality event, I want you to know I earned that shit because that was funny. That might be the funniest way for me to be canceled. If I were to be canceled for anything, that would be the funniest possible way. I do feel, you know, of all the shit that I've done, of all the things that the controversial events that I've been to, anything. Amanda did role play of the Demon Core Criticality incident that ended in a man dying because he was fucking around and he found out. That's the funniest way to be canceled. I do fear. I fear. It's so funny. It's hilarious. Really, really funny. Open Sauce is in the Bay Area in San Francisco. Reenact battles. Yep. Clavicular is hiring for what? I did see him breaking up with his girlfriend that I do fear. I do still think his girlfriend's a honeypot. As he was breaking up with her, she did seem like she was freaking out, and not in a like, but baby, I love you. It was a, my job requires me to be your girlfriend. It was kind of funny to the way, like, to live stream it. Also, this house was barren and sad. I think it was a rental. I have peach fuzz sideburns. Very neat. Yay, fun. Recruit girls to be on his show. Oh, so a madam. Okay, so if we do want to make that madam joke at the beginning real, I could recruit someone for it. I could find her. I could be the new person. Sparkly, is this your way of telling me you want to raise so you don't go work for Clavicular? In terms of vibes, I mean, I love Open Sauce. I did DreamCon once. I really enjoyed DreamCon. I did not go this year to DreamCon. I heard mixed reviews about DreamCon, but I mean, I really enjoyed it. The vibes were really fun when I went. Like, it was just like a good time. There was so much. One thing that I love, as someone that doesn't cosplay all that much, is seeing how different people like make cosplays match themselves. And that's one of the reasons that I love Anarchy's cosplay so much, is because she, like, I know she's not thinking about it. She's just like, yeah, what if Sailor Moon had dreads? You know, like blonde dreads. Like she just is like, yeah, I'm black, this character is going to be black, you know? And so it's fun to go to DreamCon and just see like this true, like, just like this full spectrum of creativity from people. And it was just so fun. I really enjoyed myself at DreamCon when I went. It's a con that I definitely can see like doing like 1 or 2 days for, because I mean, I love a big expo hall floor. I love a big artist alley, and it's definitely smaller in that regard for that. It's very panel heavy and like cosplay meetup heavy, I would say. But again, I didn't go this year. And I heard mixed things about this year. Oh, sorry. Martin Goo, thank you for following. And Choco Cat Pemis, you won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for subscribing. So yeah, I heard mixed things. I heard many a thing of people being overly freaked out, mostly the men. Apparently cosplay is not consent, is something that did not make its way to DreamCon. The amount of unconsensual touching that I heard about, including that I saw multiple videos from a Sora cosplayer that just kept picking women up and being overly freaked out with female cosplayers. Out of line, not cool. And that's something that I just have found is very rare at other cons that I've been to now, with how many I've been to, because cosplay is not consent has been such a, by all means, fairly successful campaign to really try and crack down on harassment and assault that was happening at conventions. So I don't know if that is something that other people, I'm seeing it from being online. Again, I wasn't there, so I can't attest to like my own experiences this year. Last year I had no issues, but I was not cosplaying last year, so I don't know. But yeah, it's neurotypical. I feel neurotypical. That's okay. Did you guys see this? There was someone on Twitter. This person was getting cooked. Okay, someone on Twitter said, "Hi, I'm really into Formula One." God, hang on. Let me find it. Hang on. I'm going to read you this because I was dying. I literally, it was just, Hi, I'm looking for hashtag F1 twit moots, mutuals. And then a flag. She, her. INA, English. Okay? Nith, you won the Swell Grand Prix. Womp womp womp. Thank you for subscribing. Not the don't be poor emote. Main Ellen1 OP81. Respect all drivers. Okay? Also talk about K-pop, series, movie, books, food, and random things. Love interacting. And then the final point, LGBTQ, please DNI. Smiley face. DNI means do not interact. As in telling LGBT people to not interact with her post, and then heart likes and reshares are appreciated. When I tell you that I want you guys to understand, that's like walking into the gay factory and then being surprised that there's gay people there, okay? Like that's, whoa. Do you know where you are? Do you know how gay F1 Twitter is? So they were cooking the shit out of her, okay? Someone, first top comment, girl, they're calling your drivers the blowjob bros. Check your own reps, okay? I need you to see this photo. This is just a poor angle photo, but it is the funniest fucking image they could have used to reply to that. You know, so just again, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, say dumb shit, you know? God, sorry, my mascara is in my eyeball. Okay, what else were we gonna talk about? I know we were talking about, streamer you. God. Oh, Spain won the World Cup. I was at, oh God, where was I? I I was leaving Open Sauce on the bus, and I opened Twitter, and I saw they won. I was like, oh my god, they won. On my internet, it's more likely than you think. Get fucked, yeah. Yeah, Twitter is a hellscape, but it is a gay hellscape. Let's see. Let's see. I feel like there was something. God, there was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I don't remember what it was. Open Sauce. Oh, you guys, I was in the drama. I didn't cause the drama, but I did kick off the drama. I was in the drama. Kuna, you won the Swell Grand Prix with your rats. The rats are winning the Swell Grand Prix. This thing is gonna snap on me, I know it. There was some drama. And by drama, so what kept happening at Open Sauce? Because they had the F1 car there. The Cadillac F1 car was there because General Motors was a sponsor of Open Sauce, okay? General Motors was there because they were looking for new talent, okay? Smart place to do this at, actually, to do Open Sauce and look for new talent, because the amount of students that were there, the variety of people with different skill sets that were there, brilliant place to be doing, like, to go with the goal of, like, we are sponsoring it with the opportunity of we were looking for new talent. But they had the F1 car out there and the stream, the sim racing setups out there as well. And what was smart is they had Checo's time. It said Sergio Perez real life as the time to beat. I don't think anyone ever beat his time. It was like 1:24:14. I never did it, so I don't know what track they were at. Just because I'm not a big fan of doing the sims on site. I've just done it so much. I really want to get used to having my own sim setup, but that's a work in progress for one day. Now that I'm going to be moving, you know, I might just hold off on that a little longer. Sorry. But it's, you know, I was around that car a lot because the first day I walked up with Amy from Style Theory, okay? And because I was explaining the Halo, and she was like, I'm having trouble picturing it. And I was like, no problem, we'll walk up and I'll like explain it more. And so we were talking, and one of the guys that was there to guard the Cadillac was like, oh, you're really into the car. I was like, yeah. And so he was like asking me questions. And so I realized, I was like, okay, the people that are watching the Cadillac are not the Cadillac people. It's like the GM people, okay? Which is not uncommon because they weren't there for Cadillac. They were just kind of utilizing Cadillac for the sake of this, you know, and it's like, it's cool to have an F1 car there, okay? So what kept happening is I'd be standing around and like I was talking with people, and then he'd be like, Amanda, these guys have questions about the car, and I know you like the car. So several times I would be walking by and I'd overhear him go, well, there's this girl, Amanda. There she is, Amanda. They're big fans of F1. They want to talk about the car. And so the fifth time it happened, I was like, you guys got to get me a jacket or something because I'm not on payroll, you know. And it's fine. I love talking about it. And I just kept being like, you guys, I'm not an expert. And he was like, you know more than me. I was like, okay. And so we were talking at one point. He was like getting my information and my channel names and stuff for who I don't know. Okay. But he was getting my channel information. And I realized, I was like, this is Sunday, okay? Now, I'd come in early Sunday because I had the invited guest badge. I had an all access badge as a creator. I didn't do any panels or anything. I was just an all access. And so I could come in early, and I did it to film my walkthroughs for the archive, as I was telling you guys about. And so I had been around and been talking with a couple of people already that day. So it was in the afternoon, and I went back around, and I was, like I said, I was talking with the Cadillac guy, the GM guy. And I realized as I was looking at the car, I was like, that sticker's not supposed to be there. There was an extra sticker on the F1 car, on the Cadillac, okay? Because I'm me, I realized immediately, okay? So I'm like, I'm sorry to tell you this. Someone stuck a sticker on the F1 car. And he was like, what? Tries to take it off. It's not coming off. Now, he didn't stick it to the carbon fiber. It's the back wing, okay, on the side of the back wing, on the decal over the carbon fiber. But again, these decals, now this is a show car, but these are still decals that are designed to withstand G-force, okay? So they're stuck on there real tight, okay? So this thing is on there, and it's just like a shitty little sticker. Problem is, for the people whose sticker it is that I recognize the sticker. And because I recognized the sticker, I immediately realized who the fuck did it. You see, earlier in the day while I was doing my walkthrough, and this happens a few times, and I think because when I'm filming, I'm just doing like B-roll, and people know that, so they feel more comfortable like interrupting me when I'm filming, when I'm out and about. Sometimes they're like, hi, I'm sorry. Other times they're just like, hi, come and talk with us, you know. And I'm assuming they're just like, no one knows what I'm doing yet, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. But so what happened a few times is someone would be like, hey, do you want to hear about this? Or they'd stop me filming. And it was this table did not know who I was. I want to make that very clear. Maybe they wouldn't have done this shit if they had known who I was. Would they have still put the sticker on the car? Probably. And again, they would have learned very quickly I'm crazy. Okay. So, get stopped, we're talking, and what sucks is that it's a cool thing. That's the problem. I talked about this a lot recently with another company in the creator space. I hate when the product is good, the initiative is good, the business practices abysmal, dickish, childish, dumb, scammy adjacent. I hate it. It drives me up the wall. Because it's like, you don't need to be doing all of that, you know? Like, there's no point. The product is good. It speaks for itself. You're just being a dick. And now I would not be shocked if they're banned going forward from coming back. And so what it is it was like, the initiative is good. It's getting tech in the hands of kids younger so they can learn more about mechanical engineering earlier. So, and like adults could do it too. So like the one they showed me was like a Magic 8-Ball where it was like, they got the chip, they had different plugins that you could plug in, you could code it yourself. It tells you how to do it, and you basically can make whatever you want, and they give you a bunch of different components you can play around. So it's kind of like a Crunch Labs, but a little bit more you can do what you want, basically. There's not like a set thing. There's a lot more freedom within it, which is cool, fine. They gave me a sticker. The people at the booth were not a problem, okay? Later, I'm doing another round, and I talked to the NASA people because one of the guys from NASA, he worked on the wind tunnel, I believe, on the Artemis 2. He was like, hi, my fiance or my girlfriend is a big fan of yours, and she made me research open source, and the research was watching your videos. Can we get a photo for her? And I was like, yeah, let me finish this round, and I'll be right back. And he was like, yeah, no problem. Come back around, we're talking. I talked to one of their communication people. We're talking for a while, and I see this guy, this blonde guy, hovering. And I thought he was hovering because he wanted to talk to the NASA people, okay? Instead, what it was is he wanted to talk to me. Not because I'm Swell Entertainment, no, because I had the yellow all access badge. He openly said so. He said, I am making it a goal to talk to all of the yellow badge people. What do you do? I'm a creator, yada, 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 back and forth, back and forth. Do you know what this is? And can I be so fucking honest with y'all? I told Anarchy this too. I hate when men do that shit to me. I hate when I'm like, yes, I know what that is, because I do, because I just talked to that booth. And then they go, oh, I didn't expect you to know that. I didn't expect you. When they're surprised that you know something, it does make me kind of want to trip you. Like it does, it grinds my gears, because men do that to me regularly, and it pisses me off. It's really infuriating, and it's only men. Women do it in a different way, but that way really ticks me off, okay? Women are just more condescending about it when they're like, you know, when they're like, oh, that's crazy you know about that. You know, like it's a little bit more like I'm better than you type of shit. You know, that's one thing. Men, it's like, oh, I didn't expect you to be smart like that. You know, like, or like, I didn't expect you to know it. Like it's like a little bit more, it just ticks me off a bit more. A woman does that and I'm like, oh, that's a bitch, you know, the end, okay? A man does that and I'm like, I feel like I am now I'm representing every woman. You know, does that make sense? Am I explaining that well at all? Anyways, you know, it pisses me off, especially when they're shocked when you're right. Another guy that did that was a thumbnail guy at Vid Summit the first year. And he looked at my thumbnails and he asked if I knew anything about Mr. Beast, to which I said yes. And I detailed a couple of things, including, you know, starting from nothing, all the stuff. Okay. And he goes, oh, so I expected you to say no. What if I tripped you? What if I tripped you right now in this lobby of this hotel? Because why? And so so this interaction goes on for a second more, and he's like, I'm gonna give you a sticker and I'm gonna put it on your phone so you don't forget. You're not gonna do that. I already got one, and I pulled out the sticker from my pocket that his table mate handed me, okay? He was like, oh, you don't want another one? No, I'm good. Because he tried to stick it on my phone. That's fucking weird, okay? That's weird. You're gonna stick it on my phone? The phone case that has no stickers on it? Why would you think to add a sticker to my phone? To my personal property? That's weird. That's a weird thing to say and do. So then, when a few hours later, I see the sticker of that booth on that $20 million show car, because that's what these are about, okay? My thought was, I know the blonde fuck that did this. And so this guy is like alerting security. This thing has 24-hour security, this F1 car, okay? They're monitoring it constantly. Now, where it was, there wasn't like a barrier, it wasn't separated. We could get really close to this car, all things considered. I could get closer to this car than I could get to the Williams Dan collaboration at Anime Expo, okay? Like, this really was a crazy amount of access to an F1 car, which is what makes this so special, and I think why I also got so fucking agitated. And again, I've had, at this point in the week, and it's Sunday, I've had all these conversations with people about this car, about Formula One, getting people excited. They're clocking how excited I am about the sport. I talked to one person who was like, oh my God, I watch your videos, and she said, I never thought I'd be able to see a Formula One car in person. I never thought I'd be able to see one in person because so few people will ever get to go to a Formula One race, okay? And so, and let alone be this close to an F1 car. And so then to have some random childish prick think that it's like a ballsy business move or whatever the fuck he thought, to stick the sticker on the back wing and potentially ruin it for everyone in the future, but also to potentially get the people that were guarding this car fired, written up, in trouble when they ship this car back and there's a random sticker on it when they were supposed to protect the car. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're an asshole, okay? So because I'm me, and because I'm not on payroll, and because as much as I love open sauce, I am okay with them not inviting me back again for the sake of making a fucking point. I walk my little ass back to that booth, and I wait for him to finish his interview. And he goes, you made it. And I go, yeah. Did you stick a sticker on the F1 car? He does a little twirl, like he's hiding his face from trying not to laugh at me. I can't confirm or deny that, okay? It also has an accent, I should note. And I said, that's really fucked up. Because I'm me. So I don't know if you guys have ever experienced my I'm not going to make a scene, but I'm going to make sure you know that you fucked up Karen voice. It'll scare the fuck out of you. You'll know you're in trouble, okay? You'll know, okay? So I'm going, and again, he's like, oh, is it serious? I'm like, you stuck a sticker on a 20, it's not funny. These people could be fired because you wanted to put your fucking sticker on a thing that doesn't belong, on private property, on a thing that doesn't belong to you. And he kept kind of going like back and forth, and he was like, well, and he clearly realized I wasn't laughing, and I didn't think it was cool, and that I wasn't fucking around. He was like, oh, I'm not, you know what? No, I'm not gonna say if I did it or not. Like, he clearly was like, and I was like, okay, again, it's your company's name on the sticker on the car. It's fucked up. You're in the wrong. The end. And I walk away. And I hope he peed his pants the entire time he sat there. So yeah, go back over. Security is there. Do we know who it is? Yep. I'll snitch. I don't give a fuck at this point. Because again, it's not just snitching on this person, okay? On this company. Your whole company will probably be banned from attending in the future, okay? You stuck a sticker on this F1 car. If GM ever decides to sponsor again, they're not going to bring this car back. So you've now ruined it for everyone else in the future. You've ruined a potential sponsor relationship for Open Sauce, an event that to table at Open Sauce, if you're like at one of the little tables in like the main hall, that's, I believe, free to like have your table. Like, they don't charge for that because they want a variety of people to come in. They want the random dude who 3D printed a kayak. They want that guy. They don't just want people that have money. You know, they don't just want creators. They want a variety. They get students. I played a video game from an 11-year-old, you know, like, that's fun and cool. Temple Tammy won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for subscribing. You know, and again, what was your fucking plan? Your name of your company is on the fucking sticker, you idiot. Are you stupid? So they were like, oh, who? It's not like you were like some rando in the crowd sticking a sticker on the car. You have a table. You're on the exhibitors list, you idiot. You stupid? Like again, what was at the very least, your company is being banned. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? So again, they were like, do you know where the booth is? I'm like, yeah, I'm like showing it's this building, it's this wall, it's the far back corner. He's blonde, you know, I already went and cursed him out because I'm not on payroll and I can do what I want. So, you know, whatever. So I did what I did. They gave me a little pin and I walked my ass away. Okay, the end. Snitch and dip, that's the move, okay? Just be like, follow me, I'll put a sticker on him for you, yeah. You know, it's just like, again, it's not like, and it's like, oh, it's not a big deal, it's a sticker. It is a big deal because of, this is, Cadillac has been in Formula One for 1 year. Okay? This could literally, like, you guys, I don't think people realize, like, this could make it, oh yeah, we're not gonna do a smaller convention ever again. We're not gonna bring the F1 car out ever again because we can't guarantee that there's 24-hour security on that fucking car. Now all it takes is someone to, like I said, because there was not a lot of barriers, above the do not touch sign. You know what? I was so pissed that I posted a photo yesterday of the car. I'm like, oh, so fun, haha. And I realized the fuck ass sticker is on the back wing. I could see it in the photo and it pissed me off all over again. In one of the photos. Where is it? So yeah, A-Tech Dev, you guys are shitheads. So this is the back wing. That's the sticker that's not supposed to be there. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Okay, it's not because my screen's too bright. But A-Tech Dev, that's the company. Again, I don't think it'll focus because I think it's too bright. Let me turn on my brightness maybe. There it is. See if it focuses. Still, no? Yeah, still too bright. It's just not doing it. It's A-Tech Dev, atech.dev. Again. And I don't have that guy's name. He told me it. I forgot. I forgot the moment he told it to me. It's bad about that. Okay? But he's blonde. Like a blob. Little blonde bob. So. Okay, you know, like, what are we doing? It's not even a cute sticker. No, it's not like a logo. It's your company's name, you idiot. Security guards are all pissed. They were like, yeah, it's just fucking childish. And again, 24-hour security, they could get fired from the security company. the GM people could get in trouble for being, you know, written up for not protecting the job they're supposed to do of protecting the car, okay? And it's just bad. It sucks. On not a Cadillac, a Formula One Cadillac. God, you know what? I never even went and checked the other cars. Because they had their concept Hummer there that was showing off how the concept Hummer was cool, and I wish they had done a little bit more with it. Because what they were showing is that they broke down a bunch of recycled materials from other things and used it in the car, which was very cool. But there was also a Camaro somewhere as well. And I'm sure, I wonder, one of them at one point was like, go fuck with the Camaro instead. I wonder if someone did. Yeah, it's an F1 car, and what's irritating is on the back, you can see that fuck ass sticker. So he probably did it, yeah, this is Saturday. So he did it like day one. God, it's there the whole fucking time. Is it there the whole time? Hold on. Did I get photos when I first walked up? I must have at some point. Did I not? Because I was walking with Amy, so I don't know if I did. Yeah, she helped me film at one point. Okay, I can't tell. We didn't go around that side, so I didn't take any more photos on that side. God, maybe on my other phone. I can check. But at the very least, that was Saturday afternoon that I took those photos. That was around noon. And the stickers were already there. Let's see. Like, again, and there's like a little side culture of like putting posters up of like, oh, find the wizard, you know, like there's like for like quests and shit like that, you know, like there's little things like that around, but those are on beams. He didn't stick it to the beam of the fucking booth thing. He stuck it to the car. To the car. That's like if I found it stuck to an invention I made at the little science fair thing, I'd also be like, if I was there working with Cadillac, dead ass, I would have been more of a problem. I was there, they got homegrown, free range, Amanda's pissed off. That's what they got. Let me see if I can find his photo on the thing. Watch him not even be part of the company. Hardware from a chat. How much is a kit? $99 for the motherboard. Yeah, so like the actual thing they were selling, they were like, yeah, you have the AI, but they were really hyping up like the actual kit itself, okay? Which the kit as a thing, I don't think is bad. Like I said, I think the product and concept is good. It's a builder kit. They're a reasonable price. You get a bunch of different components, and then you can code it to do different things with the AI, okay? Which is a thing that can happen, okay? Different models charge different amounts. Okay, let's see. Where'd you find the our team? Where'd you find that? Just raise 800K pre-seed. Yeah, I'm sure you did. Oh, our team. Here we go. Let's see. Found him. Oh, interesting. No photos of putting the sticker on the car? No photos of that on your little LinkedIn? Hmm. So. Investigative journalist swell, always. Guys, he's the head of sales. You'd think you'd have better sales maneuvers than forcibly trying to stick your sticker on someone's phone. Do what? Oh. Sorry. Ruptured testicle. Baseball. Joshua Kuroda Grauer. Got a ball directly to his nuts. It ruptured a testicle. Jesus. Yikes. Sorry, I just opened up Twitter. Cups for baseball. Usually they wear cups. You don't, it's not mandatory though, I don't believe. Crazy cup check. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I've talked about concert etiquette and how it's gone down the drain, okay? For years now, I feel. It just, something about COVID, something about everyone coming back to concerts, something about TikTokification of everyone thinking that they are the most important person of the room when there's a concert. We had a biohazard experience apparently at the Noah Khan concert over the weekend. This is from Threads. Noah Khan, 10 out of 10. The woman who turned section 125 into a restroom, 0 out of 10. My biohazard urine-soaked purse and everything inside it skipped the ride home and went straight into a City Field trash can. Spending $1,000 on tickets wasn't supposed to end with replacing my belongings due to a feral creature turning a section into her personal toilet. What? That's an ongoing problem, and I don't know, unfortunately. It's something that I keep seeing. I've heard about it a lot at music festivals. Why are we peeing anywhere but a toilet? It's always women. I'm sure men are doing it too, but I hear about it recently. It's always women. And I don't know if you've never been outside before. I don't know if you were raised in a barn, but even in a barn, the animals go bathroom in a stall. You know, like there's shit they go and do, okay? There's a time and place and a location for things. You peeing in a section that you allegedly also snuck into is crazy. Psychotic, okay? That's crazy. Even if you have any form of a medical emergency, you try and make your way out of the area, okay? You try. You don't squat down and relieve yourself on the ground in a section that slopes downwards so that the people below you get their shit soaked in pee. Okay? Okay? Forgot this was Twitch and turned my phone screen off. Just came back and what the fuck did I come back to? Someone peed at City Field during a Noah Khan concert, and this is not the first time this has been happening. Where, Temple Tam, where the fuck else do you put your purse? There's no other room to put it. You put it on the ground. You put it in front of you, you put it under your seat, you can carry it, but if you're dancing, if you're like me and you're actually dancing, you don't put it on, you're not wearing it the whole time. Apparently this has happened in multiple Noah Khan shows, but also this has happened quite a bit. There is a video I remember seeing, I think it was Coachella or another music festival, and they're all yelling because a girl is down on the ground near the barricade and then comes back up and everyone's screaming at her, and it's because she pissed on the ground at in the stage area surrounded by people. Rather than lose her friends and leave her spot, she thought it was a good idea to piss on the ground surrounded by people. And it keeps happening, and she's like looking at them like annoyed that she had the audacity to go to the bathroom. Like they're the crazy ones. Girl, go piss somewhere else. What are we doing? Like apparently at the 5 Seconds of Summer concert a few months back, someone got a blowjob during a song. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't love it, okay? Because, like, you never know who's around. That is a good way to catch a case, just for the record. If there's any kids in those audiences, that's a great way to catch a case, just for the record. Keep that in mind, okay? When you're down on your, oh God, I was like, what lyric could I pull up? Okay, so, like, if you're gonna do it, okay, but be aware of the risks, okay? You're exposing yourself in public. You can get charged for that, even if there's no children around. Okay? Okay. I got a pouch I love that I'm using as a crossbody, but it didn't come with a strap, and I need to get a decent one, not improvise. No, that's the thing, Kamika. They do wear diapers too. Artists are talking about it. I believe it was Olivia Rodrigo who says that she can smell it from the stage. So they are, in fact, yes, wearing diapers as well. So again, I don't know if we've just truly met the true final bosses of stan culture, which is just a complete disregard for other human beings around you. And again, it's not incontinence, okay? Which is a real medical thing, okay? It is people that believe that their spot at the barricade is more important than sanitation. The care and well-being of the people around you, okay? What? Also, side note, if you pee anywhere and it reeks that badly, go to a doctor, okay? Because what do you mean that whole section, they could just smell the pee the entire rest of the show? Something's medically wrong, girly pop. Go to the doctor, okay? That's not healthy. That's crazy. Nomad, they'd lose their spot at the barricade. What about their Instagram videos? I'm being dead fucking serious. It's out of line. It's out of hand. This is how you get a cholera outbreak. No, it's okay. She can just pay off the FDA. Like, what's their names did. Allegedly, hypothetically. I'm still cooking all my vegetables through. I don't care where they're coming from. I don't give a shit. The fact that Noah Khan has had to ask fans from stage to please use the bathroom? What? Hang on, my friend is calling. One moment. Sorry, she wanted to rant and she was like, are you busy? I was like, I am streaming, but I'm muted. And she was like, no, it's okay. I need to rant for a bit. I was like, okay, I'll call you when I'm done. And then I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. We're talking about how people can't help but pee on the floor at Noah Khan concerts. And she was like, sorry? How does one poop in a crowd? With panache? I don't know. Like, you squat the same way you poop in the woods, I'm assuming, you know? Like, you commit? I don't know. You've good knee support? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Did you see the stuff on Twitter about ongoing issue of people pooping in stores in Japan? I shouldn't be surprised because there was a festival near Mount Fuji, like one of the festivals in the spring, or cherry blossom season, that was canceled because apparently tourists were being so disrespectful and kept pooping in people's yards. So they just decided to cancel the festival because of bad actors. So I didn't get to go to a festival when I was in Japan because people don't know how to be not a psychopath. Apparently. So I shouldn't be shocked people are also pooping in stores. With food, if we're talking poop, I will move forward, I promise. I saw that tweet earlier and then it popped up on my feed again and I was like, oh, that's right. Everyone's lost their minds. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not even gonna share this one because it's just gonna irritate me. I'm not sharing that one. Something horrific, and somehow none of this has been in Florida. I know. I know. Or had them begin with no. This is active. No. Let's be serious. Whiskey. It's gotten worse. Let's not pretend that this is like it used to be. That like if someone shit in public, it was national news. That's how rare it happened. Okay. That's how rare it was. Okay. It would be a local news story for multiple weeks because they didn't know how to identify the poop bandit or some shit, you know? They'd give him like a little name, okay? Give him a little name, okay? Then, now it's happening so often, it's just a post on Reddit. It's just a Twitter thread, okay? Like these things they've gotten so much worse. What's up? It's sad that this has become the norm. I can't come anymore. Poop bandit on the loose. The gov isn't monitoring our food, so substaneous human poop is normal. They would be that person who, instead of those people that, yeah. Every day on a high school running track, and the media was trying to track the pooper down. Oy. These people would have thrived on 2013 Triumph of Curse. Remember that? Let's see. Let's see. Our shared bond of curse knowledge. More than I can of that PR nightmare. Let's see. All right. Should we make the YouTube swap? Is there anything else? I'm trying to think. I feel like I've been gone for so long. Formula One was this weekend. I watched. I got up early, despite partying. And by partying, I mean I was around while other people were partying. And I was hanging out with my friends. But they, the race, again, are they flip-flopping which car George gets versus which car Kimmy gets? Because it is kind of funny that like only one of them has issues, mechanical issues, at any given race. You know, like I do think they're flip-flopping who gets what car. So, because the crash that happened that got George out, he was having a lot of issues, and there is audio recording of his radio message that was cut from the Apple TV radio and the F1 TV broadcast. A lot of the foreign language networks, as in foreign to me, they did play the audio message. It was expletive filled. He was pissed at Mercedes. Was hoping that Max would have done better. Was hoping Max could have gotten first, but alas, I'm fine with where he placed. And then I just want one race, just one, where it doesn't feel like we are witnessing Lewis be at odds with his engineer. Did we fix the front wing like I asked? No, we didn't do it. Come on, man. What plan? Why are we doing this when they're on that? We are on plan B. I see that now. You know, like why is that? Every race we have a radio message like that, you know, and it's not even like you know, there's radio messages of like Max and Bono, okay, or not Max. I'm sorry, Max and GP, and they're like Max is like railing on him, okay. There's that, and then there's this where it's like it's not just Lewis complaining, it's them actively not communicating or them actively not listening to him. You know what I'm saying? Is that a big fine? No, not on the radio. It's not the media. They can swear. It's a high pressure situation, okay? They're allowed to swear on the radio. They can't swear in the media without their helmets on, basically. Like, I think it's like something like outside of the car. That's where the issue comes in. Wasn't super duper lucky with the virtual safety car. Yeah, that was super lucky. You mean Ferrari? There was a fine. Lewis didn't get any fine. It was like a 50,000 euro fine. I think it's delayed. I don't know if it's across the board yet, but it's not for Lewis. Let's see. Let's see. 9 years of being used to Lewis equals Merc. Yeah, you're fine. He's so far ahead, and then his engineer was like, you can catch him. I just feel like I don't know if it's just like an overtime thing or what. It just seems like he's not, regardless of what happens, there's no vibing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not like, there's like, I don't know if that's like no time spent outside of the car together or what, but there just seems like there's no like actual like connection, which is important in racing in this way. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh, you know what was really funny at Open Sauce? Because there was a lounge that the all access and creators could go to. And I would see someone that we have watched on this channel, any creator that we've watched on this channel, and I'd be like, hey, love your videos. And then they'd be like, either, oh, I'm sorry, hi, great. Anna! It's freaking bats. I love Halloween. Hermes, can you be nice? What are we doing? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. I am Amanda. You're watching Swell Entertainment. We talked about a bunch of different topics. We're probably going to switch over to videos now. I'm not sure yet. We're still chatting. But I did Open Sauce and Fanatics Fest this weekend. I did get served a video on TikTok, on Reels, of a guy who's pissed about Fanatics Fest and thinks it was a scam, which is very funny to me. I was reading it because he kept showing things. He's like a sports creator. And so they invited him out to give him a press pass, okay? So that he could make content and do interviews and stuff. He seemingly, and he blocked out something so I couldn't read the full email. But what it looks like is that he was invited to make content. And he assumed that he would get to make content with the guests and the athletes that were in attendance, okay? And not just everyone else. He also mentions a lounge that it tells him exactly where that lounge is. But he's like, there's hours of vlogs on the channel of me trying to find out where this lounge is. To which I commented where the lounge was. Because in the email that he shows, it tells him exactly where that lounge is. And it's exactly the thing I thought it was. He says that YouTube was nice. I didn't even know YouTube was there, but alas. Someone else was nice. He met one Fanatics employee. It sounds like he wanted to network and he thought it was kind of like an opportunity, i.e. like a VidCon type of thing, but for sports creators, and that's just not really what it was. And like, he's like, yeah, if you wanted to get a photo or film with an athlete, you couldn't use your phone. They would take your phone and you had to pay for it. And it's like, yeah, that's what it is. He got a press pass and he learned the press pass thing, which is not, you're not going to get special treatment. The special treatment is the free pass. That's it. That's kind of, it is what it is. And so it just sounds like he thought he was getting more out of it than what it was actually there. He blurred out a bunch of things. So like he could have been promised more. They stopped replying to him at some point. And it just seems like I don't think they understand. I think there was just a misunderstanding of what it was, like the lounge, what it was the top floor of the Fanatics Vintage booth, which was on the main floor. And there was private shopping up there. There were certain things they weren't selling. You could only go up there to get it. Hermes, be nice. I hear you. And Hermes. And it was just stuff like that, And so I'm assuming that like, the thing that pissed me off is he was like, I couldn't find this thing. If you read the description, it directly tells you where it is, like literally. And he's like, no one knew where it was. I walked around looking for it. I knew where it was, and I wasn't even allowed up there, okay? Because I read the description. So it was just like, I don't know if it was just he thought it was going to be more than it was, or what. I had a grand old time, but I went in with I'm going to make a review, and I'm going to enjoy myself. That's what I do with everything, okay? And that really helps it so that I am not disappointed, okay? Alas. Hermes. So great timing. Yes, we literally had a shit talk, unfortunately. Yeah. So again, I think it was just he felt like he was like, I'm never doing another event again. I'm never working with Fanatics again, all this stuff. And it's like, I don't think you were working with Fanatics. And it's something that a lot of creators, I think it's something, I have a few friends in this space as well that are like you guys know, I occasionally get lumped in with journalists, and I'm not a journalist. But my content, it doesn't matter. If I'm given a press pass, that's fine. Thank you for following. That's fine, because I can make it work, okay? I don't need special treatment. I don't need access. But if you're someone who you don't think you do journalism content, you get a press pass, and then you are expected to just kind of make do. Typically, the press pass is to get you in the door, and then you make extra emails and outreach to begin with, okay? So it's like you get the pass, you're in the door. Now, who are you reaching out to's teams? Because Fanatics cannot control, give me an athlete, Hillary Knight's team, okay? Just can't. She has her obligations with Fanatics Fest. There is no obligation probably within that is like, yeah, we will give you access to the Fanatics Fest approved press. That's probably not in there. You'd have to reach out to her team directly, okay? Like, same goes with any of those athletes. And those negotiations were made months ago, you know? So, it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, we've talked about this a few times. I'm not going to show these videos because I do think that there's... I'm talking too much. We may have to cap it at 3, chat, just if we make it there, because I think over talking is not going to help my voice tomorrow. I think that there's this... I have this thing where I think you shouldn't have a dog if you can't control the dog. Hermes is a little psychopath, but he's a mini schnauzer. So I, as a 5'2" woman, can control my little psycho, okay? Got a grip, I can scoop him up, I can put him in air jail, okay? If you can't control a dog, I don't think you should legally be allowed to have a dog, okay? Especially breeds that are working breeds, attack breeds, guard breeds, that require a lot of training, okay? If you don't have experience with those breeds, we've played a video before on here. I think that company it was a couple that were fostering, I believe, 2 German Shepherds or Malinois, okay? They had no experience with those breeds. They were off leash and they attacked a biker, okay? We were watching it on stream, okay? Guy was okay, he was wearing riding pants, but it took them far too long to get the dogs off of him, okay? I don't think you should be allowed to have dogs like that if you were not prepared to put in the time, effort, and money it would take to train them, if you don't have the space to train them, if you are not capable of, if something goes wrong, if you were not physically able to pry that dog off of that human and pray they don't have your dog or like put down, okay? If you can't do that, I don't think you should have that dog, okay? Sorry, it's my personal opinion, okay? There's a video that I keep getting, I've seen 2 videos now from the same woman, okay? She is filming from her apartment, okay? That she lives in an apartment complex. This is now, what happens is she hears the screaming and she starts filming out of her window. There is a woman that has a Malinois, okay, in her apartment complex. The first video I saw was she starts filming right after this other woman gets her dog, which looks to be some type of a pit bull mix, okay, or a bully mix. And that dog is sprinting away and she's crying as she chases off after her dog, while the Malinois owner is just like grabbing the dog's leash and quickly walking it back inside. Like it didn't just seemingly attack this dog to the point that it made this dog run away and this woman wail as she runs after her dog, okay? And so everyone was like, wait, is this the rolling on the grass lady? Okay? And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I click the video. Here is now a man with his pit bull, okay? And he is having to literally, by the dog's collar and by the dog's leash, hold his dog up in the air, okay? And waving it around, trying to grab his dog because this Malinois is attacking his dog and trying to lunge at him. This woman can not only not get a hold of her dog, she falls and is like trapped, rolling on the grass like a turtle for a good 7 seconds. While this man single-handedly is trying to protect his big, medium-sized dog, okay, and keep this Malingator, because that's what you call them, away from his dog, okay? This woman needs her dog taken away from her, okay? You're incapable. The end. Sorry. At a certain point, too many incidences. Too many. You are not capable of getting that dog to stop attacking other dogs. You're just not. It's like there's this other one. This one's, God, this is gonna sound so shitty. But I think about this a lot. This is gonna sound so shitty. There is a video of a woman who is larger, okay? And she's pushing her baby in a stroller. She falls, and the baby starts on the stroller, starts rolling into the street, and she can't get up. Nothing happens to the baby, thank God. But she was having severe trouble getting off the ground, okay? I believe because of her size. And it's like, it's, again, I'm not gonna say take that kid away from her, but it's like the same thing of like, there's just certain things that you kind of gotta be aware of your physical limitations for. I cannot handle a Malinois in my apartment. I'm not going to get a Malinois. I can handle a mini Schnauzer, okay? If I was responsible for another human, I'd be moving very differently than I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know. I live rurally and we have a warden that can be, I know certain breeds in certain cities you have to report them. So like I believe pit bulls you have to report in our area where she's a teeny tiny lady and her dog is like 2x her size and twice as heavy and she can't control it. You know, there was a person, the people that used to live across the way from me, she moved out eventually. I'm under the impression they kicked her out, the roommates. It was a bunch of college kids living across from me. And one of them moved in and had a dog. Now the dog was shedding everywhere and I believe peeing in the hallway, okay, because I know it wasn't Hermes and the other dogs that are in the building weren't doing that, okay? And I have a little bit of grace for this because I understand if you go from a different environment, like say a home or like a bottom floor apartment and it takes if a dog is not used to an apartment building, it can take a minute because they're thinking, oh, we're outside the home. Now I can go potty, you know, whereas Hermes knows we don't go potty inside the building. We go potty out on the sidewalk or out on the grass, you know, like he's learned over time. He doesn't go potty in the elevator, you know. He thankfully never actually went potty in the elevator. He's never been that dog, you know. And so like I was giving grace for that. But there was multiple times where this is, I didn't recognize the breed. It's a dog breed that I've seen before, but I don't know the name. But it was like a decently sized dog. And it was very excitable, clearly, but it lunged at Hermes every time he saw him. And Hermes is also very reactive. So Hermes would be like, we're fighting, and would also lunge. And so I'm scooping him up to get him away because I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, that's my bad. Hermes is crazy, okay? But she's physically trying to use her whole body to restrain her dog because the dog is stronger than her and she can't do it. And I never said anything, okay? But I thought about it because I was like, if the dog ever makes a lunge and manages to get its teeth on Hermes, we will be having a problem, okay? Now I have a feeling the roommates had her kitty kicked out because I was in the elevator at one point with her other roommates and they were talking about the dog. And one of the roommates was super clean and literally was like muttering constantly like there's just fur everywhere because he was vacuuming constantly because the dog shed a lot. And so I was like, oh yeah, the dog's lunged at my dog a few times is what I said. And they were like, yeah, she said the dog was like, we wouldn't even notice the dog was there, that like he was like super well behaved and that he didn't shed at all, and like just none of it's true basically. And so she wasn't there for much more than a month after that interaction. So I'm assuming they asked her to leave at one point while I was traveling. Yeah. And was with a friend who had a boxer, and we ran into a man with a off leash who tried to attack my friend's boxer, and luckily my dog put himself in between them so it couldn't reach the boxer, and the dude nonchalantly was like, sorry, she doesn't like boxers. Like, did I tell you guys about when I had evacuated last year? I had been staying with my dad, me and Hermes were, and I was walking Hermes, and I had seen my dad never told me why he did this, And so I was pissed at him that he didn't tell me. Because we would do his walk with like him and Rosie, and I was trying to get Hermes used to Rosie. He never got used to Rosie, but still, alas, attempts were made, okay? And so me and Hermes were out walking alone, by the way, and we had gone, there was one spot that my dad would always cross the street on. And he'd never explained why he did that, okay? And I just thought it was like, oh, Rosie likes this route, so that's why we did it. So when I was walking alone, I didn't do it. Suddenly, I see a guy working on the car, and he'd already been there. I'd seen that guy. What I didn't know is that he just kept his dog off leash nearby, hiding in the bushes, just chilling out, watching him. And so we're crossing, the dog jumps on Hermes and starts going after Hermes. I literally, I won't apologize for this. I kicked that fucking dog, okay? Because he was like, whoa, whoa, and not doing anything. And I was trying to physically yoink, he's on top of Hermes. So I kicked the dog to pull Hermes out and was like, what the fuck? He was like, I'm sorry. Why the fuck is your dog off leash, asshole, if he's attacking other dogs? And so I walk back, I'm crying. I'm like checking Hermes, making sure he has no puncture marks because Hermes has had an infection from a dog bite in the past. He's shaking in my arms, which he doesn't fucking do, okay? And my dad is like, what? I was like, why the fuck? He's like, oh yeah, that guy's there. I didn't tell you that. No, you didn't, fucker. You know, like, what the fuck? Why is your dog off leash? What is going on? You know, and Hermes was fine. He didn't, thankfully there was no puncture marks, but he was freaked out, obviously. You know, he doesn't like being attacked by another dog. And I jumped on him quickly enough to be like, luckily I keep his leash short, like when we're walking, because he is reactive. I do what I need to do as the dog mom of a reactive animal, okay? I do what I need to do. He's never off leash outside of the apartment. He's never got too much slack in the line, okay? As one time when my dad was watching him, he was like, yeah, he broke the leash. I'm like, what do you mean he broke the leash? My dad was walking, he only had the handle on, and Hermes was at full length of the leash, and my dad was on his phone. There was another dog, Hermes broke the fucking leash, broke the line, and bolted. So ever since then, we got a tight little leash for Hermes, okay? He can still meander. He can still wander. He has a habit right now where he likes to lick leaves the dogs have peed on. So, you know, we're not letting him meander too much, okay? He's got this, it's a weird little thing that he started doing. I don't know why, okay? Yeah, man, good job, yeah. Your dog on a leash, yep. He's a weird little guy. He's a little weirdo. I love him very much, but I also acknowledge that he's a little psychopath, and it's my job as the one that loves him and wants him to be on this planet for forever, because if anything happens to him, I'm going to become a public health concern, okay? It's my responsibility. I've gotten him training. We've done what we can. He's just a little asshole, okay? He chooses to be disobedient little fuck. So I keep him on a leash. I love him very deeply, okay? I would love to let him roam free, okay? But that would mean that there would be a genocide against squirrels in the vicinity of Los Angeles, okay? That's what would happen. So I keep him on a leash, okay? All French bulldogs would be attacked to smithereens, okay? So I keep him leashed up, okay? The end. That's how it works, okay? I can control my dog. Even Rosie, who's a bear, I can physically, if something happened tomorrow and I had taken Rosie, I can physically control Rosie. She's a big dog, but I know that I can I have held her back because there's been a few times where we've been walking and she's just gotten excited and tried to dart into traffic, okay? So all this, that's what she does. She doesn't go after dogs, she doesn't attack dogs. She growls at Hermes because Hermes is an asshole, okay? But like, she is a bear of a dog that looks like a big puppy, and I can still control her, okay? She's also getting older, so she's getting a little bitchier in her age, which she's allotted. To be honest, can people get away? No, they also, like, if you're not careful and they wrap around, like, they can go around your dog's neck, those like, retractable leashes. If you're not, like, the way people use them and they're not paying attention, your dog's gonna choke itself out. We don't need to, you know. But yeah, that the video of the woman on the grass while the man is physically trying to protect his dog, again, he's also trying to protect himself because they will bite you. Malinois will go after you. It's crazy. And there's just too many videos like that, you know? There is, and it's just frustrating. I want all dogs to have a loving home, but part of having a loving home is having people that I feel can reasonably take care of them and match their needs, okay? Same way I feel like there's certain husky breeds that are like super long coats. I don't think they should be in Texas with no ability to get any AC or any like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay? There's this one tweet that I saw where a guy said that he kept losing. He said a guy was telling him that he kept losing his outdoor cats to coyotes. He was like, why do you keep getting cats? He's like, oh, I just go in and get them from the shelter. And so then the guy who tweeted it out said, so I said, it seems like you're just feeding shelter cats to the coyotes then. And that guy stopped talking to him. Because yeah, my outside cats keep getting eaten by coyotes, then you stop letting your cats go outside. That would be the answer to that. Why do you feel determined to have an outside cat then? Idiot. Sorry, you're stupid. We're getting into stupid, you know? And again, I think we just need to start telling people that they're stupid sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine doing that in southern US. Yeah. Like literally, I just shaved Hermes. He's growing so fast. I'm going to shave him again because it's just getting too hot. Likelihood of a dog getting unnecessarily injured. Yeah. And also, again, all it takes is one proper bite on a human, and your dog will probably have to be put down. They won't allow you to keep your dog. That's all it will take for big breeds like that. Do you want that for your dog? I'm assuming no. Get control of your dog or find someone who can help you or can. We'll say cats need to go outside. They do not need to go outside. I had cats for years. They never went outside. They were fine. They had no problem terrorizing me inside. Okay? It's like living with some jump scares. In cities that people think it's normal to see cats outside and never help them if they were a lost cat or anything. Ugh. Oh, God. Okay. Do you want most disturbing videos around the internet, creepiest forest encounters caught on camera, or 5 most disturbing things caught on dash cam footage? Literally the only reason my cat likes going outside is because she prefers chasing leaves over the 100 toys she has. LMAO. Yeah, but then I feel like you get leaves inside, you know? Bring the leaves inside. I had a cat who we found on the porch as a kitten, and she was scared of the outside. A lot of shelters won't let you adopt if you plan to let the cat outside. Kills so many birds, yep. You can put cats on leashes, same as dogs, just be able to handle them. A lot of barn cats, people sadly just dump them on the side of the road so they end up at the farm. God, there was one TikToker that they had farmland, and she was talking about how often they end up finding animals just abandoned nearby, and they take them in. Just crazy. Also, oh my God, do you guys want to see this? So I have a scrape on the back of my neck, okay? I'm gonna show you. Okay, let me see if you can see it. It's like right here. I don't know if it'll show up on camera. Okay? And I don't know if it's from one of my necklaces, but I feel like if it was from one of my necklaces, it would have happened sooner. Or if it's from a lanyard, from a badge, which is what it would probably, which I feel it makes the most sense because lanyards can have different materials. And like those are like they're pulling on my neck, friction, moving things around, bags. It makes sense to me if it's from a lanyard. You know what I'm saying? Did someone try to murder you? Dude, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember when it happened. I literally didn't even notice it was there until I was on my flight yesterday and I moved my hair out of the way and I was like, what's on my neck? I literally thought there was something on my neck and I took my phone and I took a video and it was already scabbed. So it happened a few days ago at the very least, because it's not like older, but it's not new. It's not like fresh. So I don't know when it could have happened. Could have a friction cut? Yeah. The sticker man left a paper cut. You guys, the sticker man tried to get me. Dash cam. It's getting violent. Reasons why I wear them on my belts now. Yeah, I should start like, I did think about, someone gifted me, I did get gifted one of those keychains that has like the retractable things. And I thought it would be so funny if I started wearing one of those, like, and then I let it go and it just like zips back to my waist. I thought that would be so funny. Sticker man. God, see, can I be so honest? Because there's so many stories of stalkers where it is just like you meet them one time and they just like something happened that was like it just clicked in their brain and then suddenly you have a stalker for a decade. And that is a fear of mine because I do just meet so many fucking people. Forget even being a woman on the internet and like the amount of people that know my face and could develop like parasocial attachments to me. I meet so many fucking people. And the possibility of any of them becoming crazy is like not zero. And the neck lanyard ruins the vibe. I loop it on my belt to hide the badge in my pocket. Are there rules about your display your badge at different events? Most events require you to display them somehow. Certain places you can get away with it if you have a certain type of badge. But having it on your person is typically important. Sometimes they're like, you gotta wear it around your neck. Because it's for security, it's so they can easily see it in a crowd. Yeah, it's like a little tender on the back of my neck. Like, I feel it. I showered today. It definitely, some of the scabbing did come off when I showered. But it's not like painful. It's just like, I'm aware it's there now, you know? Especially because it's like right in the crease of my neck. So like now when that's why I'm not wearing necklaces today, just in case it was one of those. I'm going to make sure they're clean and make sure there's no rough edges on one of them, like, and make sure it's fine. But I feel like it would have happened sooner if it was my necklaces. You know what I'm saying? I realize it's not that bad. Yeah. Because also it's like there's been instances where like I'm just making conversation and people think I'm flirting with them. You know? And so I worry about that, you know? Because I'm a girl and charming. So, with the thought of the fuck is wrong with people. Unfortunately, I bring it out of people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're gonna do dash cam first. Also got my throat. Yeah, we won't be able to do much more than this, I think. Oh, that's so
Robert
far.
Nitsu is a man in his 40s from Romania who used to work as a taxi
volume?
driver in Buzău. But over the last few
loud.
years, he transitioned to YouTube,
It's loud for me.
documenting what he describes as his own form of civic activism. He slowly became nationally known for
Equals
filming
flirting?
himself
Evidently.
confronting people he accused of breaking rules, whether that meant illegal vendors, drivers committing traffic violations, or businesses operating outside the law. Now, while many people saw him as someone trying to do good, his actions...
Yeah, typically when someone is like actively flirting, I can't always tell. Usually, unfortunately, what happens is they're not flirting. They're making it uncomfortable. And And that's usually where I'm like, oh, that's right. When someone's like actually casually flirting with me, historically I have not clocked it. Or my friends think I haven't clocked it, and what I was doing was ignoring it because I wasn't interested. Sometimes the polite thing to do is to ignore the advancements. And that's typically what I opt for. Because I do think saying, oh no, I'm not interested in talking to you like that. I don't find you attractive. I try to avoid the lie of I have a boyfriend. Usually I just go with I don't do that, especially like at an event. I usually don't flirt with people at events. I just don't. Cause like I'm traveling typically. What am I gonna do? We're not dating. I don't do long distance. That's dumb. So. Mr. Sonic, are you still in chat? Do you chat? No, you know what? No, I'm pulling up your history. I have questions. We talked about this the other day. 395 messages. Okay. I'm gonna go have a good one. We got a robot, I got a line, I got a hi all. That's it. Goodbye. X. Hey. Gonna go, have a good one. Yay. Question mark, hello. Gonna go have a good one. WTF. Robot, hello. Goodbye. Hi all, goodbye. Heading out, night, hello. Heading out, have a good one. Robot, hello. Heading out, night. Yes, child, hello. Afternoon, that was it. Gonna go have a good one. Robot, hello. Hell, hello. Because he corrected himself. Gonna go have a good night. Okay, hello. Have a good night. Hey. Gonna go. Night. Hello. Good night. They love the Twitch. Yes, child, what the fuck? I think that's a genuine lurker. They love the Twitch default emotes. No, I just always think it's so funny because I asked the other day, I think it was when we were at Fanatics Fest, and he was like, bye. And I was like, you know what? I never remember his chats, Sonic's chats, just the goodbyes. And so I was like, do you say anything but goodbye? Or is that all you say? Because I swear that's the message I see. And so I pulled it up. And evidently, yeah, 80% of what he says is just goodbye. And then nothing for the entire stream because I'm drawing. Valid and fair. It's being called out right now. No, I just want to make sure that I'm like, God, am I just an asshole and I only recognize the goodbye message? Anyways, okay.
Also made a lot of Romanians dislike him, and the reason for that is fairly simple. Romania has a well-documented grey...
Look at that roofs. I love notice how there's differences in all the buildings, but the roofing has a lot of cohesion to it. Love that.
Economy,
Love that.
especially in rural areas and smaller towns where cash-based sales without receipts, unregistered street vendors, and informal businesses are still relatively common. Because of this, Nitsu never seemed to run out of targets, and many people felt that someone like him threatened the small businesses they relied on to survive. Over the years, he earned the nickname the Activist from Buzo, a title that seemed to motivate him to push even harder. In this particular video, he was once again on one of his civic activism missions. It was 2021 during the COVID pandemic, and as many of you remember, the country was under strict lockdown measures. This time, he was targeting people who continued selling goods despite the restrictions and who refused to follow the lockdown rules. Following reports from locals, he stopped at a place where some people were known for selling chickens to see whether they were still operating. Well, they were.
But this is dash cam. What's gonna happen?
Stai puțin, Anicu, stai că vorbesc cu cineva. 14 lei? Mai erau,
There was
mai
another one
față.
further, I think. It's my uncle on the right side
Dar ce,
further.
găini sau pui?
What do you have, chickens or chicks?
Și găina
Depends.
cât? Găina
How
cât?
much is the chicken? Chicken is 25 lei. The corn-fed one.
25 de lei.
25 lei. 15 lei the red one.
Mă duc să văd
I'm going to see your uncle's place, what he has. I'm going to Versini and back, okay? All right, son.
Alo, mă auzi?
Hello, do you hear me?
Unul care vinde pui
Selling
în
some chicks
plină
right in the middle of the pandemic.
pandemie.
Can you imagine?
Mă duc spre
I'm
munte,
heading
mă duc
towards the
spre
mountains.
munte
I'm heading
acum.
towards the mountains now.
Da.
Yes. What's gonna up?
La om acasă, da.
Yeah, to the guy's house, but I don't know.
N-are voie să vin, n-are
He's not
voie
allowed
să
to
vin
sell
pe
because of all the
pandemie,
pandemic and all.
After speaking with one of the men who was supposedly selling chicks, Robert got confirmation that they were indeed doing so. He then found an excuse to leave the area to call the police. Before walking away, the seller stepped back from Robert's car and gave him another look, almost as if he had recognized him. He then turned around and headed back toward his own vehicle. Believing he was still undercover, Robert drove away while continuing to talk on the phone. But as he made his way through the village, the two men decided to follow him. And that's when things started getting messy.
Yeah.
Da, da, mă duc la
I'm
cineva.
going to see someone else.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh.
Ia uite pe ăsta.
Look at this guy. Hang on, we
Hai
got
că,
a
hai
problem
că
with someone here.
am probleme cu noi aici, așa.
You guys know how I feel about things like this. Don't approach my car like this. You better roll up your fucking window, bro. You're not gonna come at me in your tight shirt, number 6. I'm driving off, I'm hitting your car, and if you're in my way, I'm hitting you too. You're not gonna walk up on my car like this. You're just not. It's not happening. There's plenty of room. Drive. Drive. They're even coming to your side of the road, so you know they're out of the way. There you go, just zoom. Hit this plant if you need to, but you're fine. Reverse, zoom. They're both out of the car, which is stupid. If he got out of the car and he stayed in the car, maybe I would understand sticking it out there, okay? Because they can move that car at any time. This dude, though, no. You're not, this is so, the skinny jeans, the tight-ass t-shirt, just barely at the waist. Like, this is fascinating. Drive. They're trying your door? Drive off. Are you stupid? What are we doing? Drive. Nope, nope. I'm driving off now, and now I'm accidentally hitting your car. I was scared for my life, officer. They're trying to break my window. I was terrified. Why are you being stupid? This is dumb. You got them on camera. That's enough. Drive. You stupid? Wow. You got him. You broke the mirror. Oh, not my favorite. That's my emotional support mirror. The Make a Change shirt is killing me. This is incredible. Why are you sitting there still? Drive off.
Ce aveți, mă? Ce aveți, mă? Ce aveți, mă?
I'm not gonna have my car. Are you dumb?
Ce aveți, mă, nene?
Yeah, why didn't you do that sooner?
Ia uite, mi-a spart geamul, gata. Uite.
Oh, that one? Who cares? That's a... Who cares? That's a little baby window. That's some duct tape. You can tape over that one. You won't. I don't think you'll get a fine for that one. At least here in the United States. If that one's broken, who gives a fuck? It's an auxiliary mirror. That's for light. You can tape that up with some duct tape. I don't even think you'd get a ticket for having that. Who cares? Drive off. They're still back there. What are we doing?
Oameni, bă, frate. Ce oameni, bă. Ia uite.
Excuse me. No one be weird about my feet, okay? Wait. It's Sorry, I had to. It was really, really funny. It was kind of funny. I'm so sorry. She's a runner. She's a track star. You're so right, I am. He's not. Drive off. What are we doing?
The two men suddenly swerved their car in front of his and aggressively hit his vehicle before smashing his rear window as he tried to drive away. Robert kept going and finally called the police, telling them that he was being attacked, but the men continued following him.
Exact, da, eu mă îndrept spre, deci plec spre Becen, mă îndrept, de la,
I told you. Again?
De la
You guys, it didn't work that time. Why would you do this again? Oh, they're trying to block it.
V-am spus, mă duc spre Becen, dar numai că nu pot să mă mai duc, că m-au nenorocit ăștia aici.
No, see, you gotta let them get out of the car a little bit. You gotta give them a second. Just get out of the car, then you do it. Are a pain in the ass to find, but it's the walking Tamagotchi, please.
Adică mă tot blochează.
Not the 3-point turn.
Mă blochează și nu mă lasă să merg. Mă tot încernătește înapoi acum. Doamnă, mă întorc în Cernătești, mă întorc în Cernătești spre Săpoca, eu sunt pădru, că nu mă lasă, mă blochează.
He turned around and continued calling the police over and over again because they still couldn't seem to pinpoint his location. Unfortunately for him, as he drove back, he reached a section of road that was partially blocked. Traffic could only pass through on one side, but at that exact moment, another car was already trying to squeeze through from the opposite direction. He was forced to stop, and that was all the opportunity the men behind him needed. Their car caught up to him and slammed into his vehicle hard.
Ce dai să mai am? Că ăștia mă lichidează, nu v-am spus?
Domnul ministru, v-am trimis echipaj de poliție acolo.
Unde ați trimis, domnule? Ia uitați-l, ia uitați-l.
Shit. Ah, shit. Jesus fuck. Drive. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it.
Ia uitați ce mi-a făcut. M-am nenorocit. Și că unul pe o dubă. Ia uitați.
Noi vorbim apel telefonic.
Ia uitați, mi-a spart.
When the neighbor's argument is good app. You got grandpa and granddaughter. They're just stand still, hitting the matching pose, being like, damn, what the fuck is happening?
Ce mi-a spart toți. Haideți, domnule, să iasă poliția la Cernătești și la BC, că nu mai opresc până acolo. Haideți odată. Să iasă poliția la Cernătești și la BC, haideți odată.
On his way back, he encountered another car that appeared to be trying to block the road.
I'm hitting
By this
you
point,
too.
it seemed that the two men had called for backup.
I need you to be more willing to damage property. I'm so sorry at this point. They're gonna try and kill you. I'm hitting people. What are we doing?
Sunt în Cernătești ăsta cu pui aici, chiar în fața lui m-au blocat, m-au nenorocit.
Bro, don't step in front of my car like that. I'm hitting your shit. I'm wrecking your shit.
M-au blocat, doamne, m-au nenorocit. Veniți la Cernătești, la Cernătești.
Do their cars go slower?
Mă atacă, doamne, mă atacă, m-au nenorocit, veniți.
My foot would be to the floor.
As he fled, he finally spotted the police and turned back toward them, believing he was finally safe. Little
guess.
did he know, the attack was far from over.
Oh my god, it's still going? Guys, look how much longer this goes.
Luați, domnule, luați! M-au blocat, nu, din spate au trecut.
Rămâneți acolo, vă rog.
Acei cu mașina, ia uitați ce mi-a făcut. Iau și ăla cu Mercedes-ul, și ăla cu Mercedes-ul la fel. Dar lăsați ca mine imaginea tot ce trebuie.
Rămâneți acolo, vă rog frumos, vă rog frumos. Vă rog frumos, intrați în mașină.
Ia uitați ce mi-a făcut, mă, fraților, ia uitați. Deci mi-au spart-o. Ia uitați. dăm pe geam, să știți că la început el mi-a bușit mie mașina aici. Nu am bușit nimic, o să vă pun imaginea la dispoziție. Eu n-am avut nimic să vedeți, el mi-a zis că eu formă de... Domnul polițist! Domnul polițist! Doamna polițist! Poliția! Ia uitați!
Whoa!
Ia uitați!
Girl! Holy shit! So it's a global issue with police forces. So basically, this guy is a creator who is basically being a vigilante during lockdown and reporting on like illegal shops and things like that and like taking them down. He heard there was a rumored chicken shop that was supposedly still doing business despite lockdown. During lockdown, globally, you couldn't, a lot of small farms and such, they were not allowing the sales of birds, period, live birds, because they were still, I don't know what time period this is, but there was still a lot of like questions about how you could get COVID and things like that. So certain things that were unregulated were not allowed to be sold. Now, I also feel, we talked about this earlier, there is still the thing of people need to eat, people need to make decisions. You do what you can in times of panic and war and things like that, okay? So again, not here to say that what he is doing is right, but that's the state of things, okay? Yeah. Especially if this is this, like, for example, I'm one of those people, if you fuck with my money, we're gonna have a problem, you know? Would I hunt you down like this? No. But, you know, if this little operation is feeding one family or three, you know, in a time where people are losing their jobs and things are weird, people get really protective of that, you know. Again, not saying it's right. This is crazy. I don't think beating the shit out of someone in front of a cop is ever a good idea. But these cops, how did they run up past her like that? Why did she meander out of the car? Why did she just grab that guy's arm and then look at the other guy like, what the fuck is happening? What are we doing?
Poliția, frate, mor cu poliția! Mor cu poliția! Mor cu poliția! Asta e poliția română, mor pe ea! Uitați, mor cu poliția! Nu se poate așa ceva! Ia uitați și duba asta care a fost cu duba, care m-a nenorocit.
I don't even think the van guy was involved. I think he started getting paranoid because there were multiple people showing up. 4 people pulling up on you is fucking crazy, okay? But it's like, for example, I have contingency plans. I'm very vigilant about what I do. I'm not even doing shit like this where I'm shutting down businesses. But like, there's, you know, I've had people confront me. I have no problem going for the throat. You know, I have no problem hitting someone with my car if you run up on my car. So again, it's, I know when to remove myself from a situation, you know, so it's, I think he very clearly is saying, Jazz, that the police are not protecting him because the police were there and he went to them for safety and they did fuck all against 4 other dudes. I think that's very clearly what's happening.
It felt like something straight out of a movie. He was attacked even with the police standing right there. It quickly became clear that neither Robert nor the officers had expected the situation to escalate to that level. Bleeding and fearing for his safety, he drove away from the scene and headed toward the police station in the village, believing that once he got there, he would finally be safe. But the ordeal wasn't over yet. The men reportedly managed to break away from the officers and continued pursuing him. Only when the SAS unit, Romania's Special Intervention Force, something like SWAT teams in the United States, arrived on the scene did the chase finally come to an end. The men were arrested shortly afterward.
Ce vreți să cenzurați? Lăsați așa să vadă lumea că își face treaba poliția. când să vrea. Ia uitați. Ăștia sunt. Uitați. Uitați. Minte, doamne, vă pune imagini, Nu m-am minciut, spun ăștia. Vă pune imaginea expoziției ce mi-au făcut. I-a bătut și pe polițiști.
Domnul Nisoa, rugămintea să mergem.
Sigur, mergem, gata. Gata, mergem. Gata, cu dumneavoastră. I-a bătut și pe polițiști, băi, fraților, vă dați seama? Să ia bătaie poliția română, a bătut-o pe fata aia. Pe domnișoară, pe doamnă.
Haideți!
Stați așa după infractor. Gata. Așa. Nu, gata, am oprit.
That is the
Police
Skinny Jeans guy,
identified
then there's
the
the other
three
one.
attackers as men aged
That one.
27 to 44 and opened a criminal case against them for assault and destruction of property. However, they were initially released after questioning. After the footage spread online and received heavy media coverage, police changed their stance and detained the three men for 24 hours. Interior Minister Lucian Bode criticized the way the first police team handled the intervention and ordered a review, asking why it took 24 hours after the footage became public for the men to be detained. The incident worried many Romanians who pointed to the lack of properly trained personnel available. Even if this happened in a rural area where incidents like this are rare, it showed how
They
much
just
need there is
walked
for
right-
better
for
trained
her to
officers
allow
in
them
these
to
parts of
walk
the country
right past
too.
her like that into a situation like this is crazy. Immediately, she should have seen that guy and been like, "Oh, hey, sir, come here. 1 second. Pull aside."
This video comes from
Jesus.
two men who were driving back home in India when they suddenly stopped on the road after spotting something ahead of them. After taking a closer look, they realized that what they were seeing was an actual tiger. Thankfully, they were inside a car, so there wasn't much danger to them. It would have taken them being on a motorbike for that tiger to be able to get to them. Thank God nobody was riding through there on a bike that late at night, right? Right?
Ooh, kitty. The adult came to, yes, the adult came, so leave it alone. The kid's going to jump after it. There, he jumped. What the fuck? Oh, shit!
Well, this sure was one of their lucky days because the tiger actually charged. Fortunately,
I like that it, like, gave up. It tried and then gave up as soon as it zoomed off.
it didn't seem to be fully committed to the attack and decided to give them some
Like,
more
nah,
time
never
to
mind.
live. Honestly, why would you even ride a bike on a road like that? And from what I understand, this happened very close to Jim Corbett National Park, too. Yeah, scary. This very unsettling encounter happened to Vanessa Donace, who was 24 years old at the time. She was sitting in the parking lot of the Edinburgh Business Centre in Windsor in broad daylight at around 2:30 p.m.
His hunting
Vanessa
skills.
was taking care of her daughter in the back seat of her mother's Chevy Equinox, while her mother attended an appointment at a sleep clinic inside the building,
Did we see
leaving
this
the
one?
front doors unlocked. Fortunately, the
We've seen
vehicle's
this
dash
one.
cam was recording while
They think that they saw the child in the car alone, and that's why he walked up and did it, but he apparently looked at her and was weird. And closed the door. Nothing happened, but it was weird. He did open the door.
This next video shows a man casually driving down a mountain road in a small truck when he suddenly realized he was approaching another truck in front of him much faster than he should have been. Naturally, he pressed the brake pedal, but to his surprise, nothing happened. Panic immediately set in as he realized his brakes had failed, forcing him to do everything he could to avoid hitting anything in front of him.
Я тебе говорил, я не газую на спуск. Никуда так. Моргай.
Yeah, we're definitely in like a... What the fuck? Why is it slowing down? Why did you do that?
Тормози.
What is happening? Was it brake failure?
During his descent, you can hear him pulling the handbrake over and over in the hope of slowing the truck down,
The car in
but without
front,
any
why?
success.
Wait, hang on, I want to back this up because the first one looks like it slows down. Is it slowing down? Or is it just this is the speed? Because this looks slow compared to this car.
During his descent, you can hear him pulling the handbrake over and over in the hope of slowing the truck down, but without any success. Unfortunately, the truck kept gaining more and more speed, making it increase.
Wait, hang on. You guys are making me rewatch
Nothing
this
happened.
shit, because now, yeah,
Panic
runaway
immediately
vehicles.
set in as he realized his brakes had failed, forcing him to do everything he could to avoid hitting anything in front of him.
This is not a runaway, is it? No, this is an alert of the turn. This is just a drop. Here. This could be one over here. No, I don't think this is one. Yeah, they're going down.
During his descent, you can hear him pulling the handbrake, making it increasingly difficult for him to keep it under control.
Is this an escape here? Can you go? No, those are cars. There should. I don't know where they're at. I don't know this. Do they not have runaway truck things here? He's losing it. He's losing it. He's gonna lose it. He's gonna lose it. He's gonna lose it. Shit.
Unfortunately, the small truck ended up crashing into another one on a curve.
Yeah, you have no control at that speed, especially if you have no brakes. Because certain turns you just have to be riding the brakes on anyway.
Despite the condition the truck was left in, both the driver and the passenger survived, remarkably suffering only minor injuries.
Jeez.
This was an absolutely terrifying situation,
Yeah,
and I
are there
can
no
only
runaway truck
imagine what the
ramps here?
passengers were going through. In a situation like this, the only real option is to slowly downshift through the gears and rely on engine braking while carefully applying the handbrake in the hope of reducing speed.
You're an AI.
But even
with,
then,
you know.
assuming there was one available.
Yeah, I don't think there was one here. It takes certain places have different runaway truck ramps. I'm used to the ones that you see in the road to Vegas more than anything. They look less like this, and they look more like gravel traps that have a slope at the end. Okay, because it's desert, so there's not a lot of hills like this. There's a few like this, but not a ton on that route. But basically, you drive up, it slows you down, you come back. You know, it's a little easier to slow the speed down. Okay.
Available,
But not everyone has them, evidently.
This video captured a terrifying and incredible moment in which a man who is a radio operator from Prachinburi, Thailand, cheated death. He was walking out of a store and heading toward his car while looking down at his phone when, all of a sudden, something happened.
Oh, I've seen this. This is one of those you're lucky as fuck videos. How the fuck did you get that lucky videos?
If he had been just a few steps behind or hadn't reacted in time, it's almost certain what would have happened to him. An electrical box suddenly exploded, sending sparks flying as the cables came crashing down to the ground. The man's dash cam captured the terrifying moment as he jumped for his life, while a high-voltage cable fell directly toward him. Miraculously, the radio operator escaped the incident unharmed, an accident caused by Thailand's notoriously tangled overhead cables. That day simply wasn't his day to die, and it's safe to say that moment probably made him appreciate his life even more than he already did.
Damn. All right, I need to stop talking because my throat is mad at me. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with me for a couple hours while we... Oh, we're almost at 3. Okay, good. I almost made my goal. My goal was 3. So that's good. Who can we raid? Raid. Let's see. Let me browse for a second. Let's see. Oh, I know exactly who we're raiding. Can I raid them? I should be able to raid them. I know who we're raiding. Nice. Okay. Guys, we're raiding Pokemon. Everyday life surrounded by puppy Pokemon. Have fun with Pokemon. All right. Bye, guys. Have fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Thank you guys for hanging out with me.